Good morning, traders. Try to keep it a little bit short here. It's 2:57 a.m. I had kidney stones this morning. I had to pass them. Wow. I won't go into any details, but never had kidney stones before. Oh my God, it was horrible. At any rate, some things that I got going on here, guys. If you don't, if you never used Volume Profile, it's a default study on Thinkorswim. It's really nice, but you have to know how to customize it. And my favorite settings here, and I'll show you how it is here. I like using the 4-hour time frame. Okay, and on the study itself, edit studies, volume profile. Uh, Default on expansion is yes, so I turn that to no. And in the time frame, I put on the hour and the 4-hour. So that gives me the 4-hour volume profile uh, on the ESs, okay, and or on my charts, okay. And what I like about this here is makes it so nice using the volume profile areas, okay, to draw your uh, support and resistance lines on your charts. It really makes it nice. It makes it easy, concise to draw your lines, and you can actually get them, fairly accurate by using the profile into drawing your horizontal levels. Okay, and yeah, so something you guys may want to think about here, and then it makes it a lot easier. A lot of things can pop out which you otherwise wouldn't see, like uh, this has proven to be resistance on the S's. This line right here, below that line has been a sell trigger here, and guess what? Yesterday we got a sell trigger from that, and look what's happened from there on out. The selling pressure accelerated, uh, pretty much accelerated from that point on these past two occurrences. And we do not have a hard test of this prior level down here. Okay, so be very mindful of that. This prior breakout area, we don't have a hard test of that, so just be very mindful of that going forward here. I mean, 67.83 is where that hard test area is, and we don't have that hard test yet. So be very mindful of that. We could be getting an accelerated sell pressure today after yesterday's rejection. So, um, the risk reward coming into today's session is to short as close as you can to that resistance level. Your resistance level is 68.83. You know, this is a scalper's you know risk reward to the downside early on in the session setup, and we don't haven't been getting too many of those lately. So, but definitely I would keep this in the watch. I'd definitely be looking more to the bearish side than the and until we actually break above that 68.83. I would have to be looking towards the bearish side instead of the bullish side here on the ESs and pretty much across the board. Okay. Another great one here. I'm going to zoom in here real quick. Using that volume profile makes it really easy and concise to draw these levels. Okay, guys. And when you get below this trend line right here, okay, guys, and as you can see here, we had a really massive sell day on that day. We had sell side action once we got below it, resistance and sell side action from there. It came down considerably. So at these two times here were extremely strong sell signals in the market. Now, is that could be all changing as we speak with the FOMC tomorrow and stuff. But you know, as a technical trader, the risk reward coming into today's session, we're not basing on the tops above support. We are basing below it, and that's resistance. So this, technically to me is setting up for the risk reward is to the short side early on in the session until proven otherwise. Okay, on NQs. Russell, zoom in here, guys. There you go. Russell, some things I got going on here. Sorry, excuse me. Uh, so let me see here. So we know this was resistance here. This was resistance here. Every time we look above there, it is acting as resistance. Uh, this was a very strong sell side, and it have all happened pretty much in one day. We didn't actually get that yet. So I would be definitely looking the closer we get up to the 25.37, 25.40 area. I would be still looking to the short side until proven otherwise on this trade. You know, although I will have to say the gamma exposure is expanding to the upside on the Russell. This is my least favorite idea on the short side because of the gamma exposure. But we do have the gamma exposure on uh, the S&Ps actually decreased yesterday. So that is giving us a little bit more confidence on the bearish thesis whenever that happens. Okay, YM. Uh, so we know this was resistance up here. This was resistance up here, acting as resistance right here. Okay, it was a mixed bag here into this trading zone right here. Quite a mixed bag, so it's not really giving us a clear indication on this one here. Not really something I want to trade either direction. Okay, other than the fact if we get back, up these range highs, I would be looking to put shorts on instead of longs. Okay, SPY. Go. Okay, similar situation here, guys. SPY is trading right below that resistance area this morning. So the risk reward initially this morning is as long as we stay below the 685, 20, 30 area, something like that. As long as we were to stay below 685, 20, uh, the risk reward is to the downside for, this is the hard test area on SPY. Uh, we have tested it on SPY, the hard test area. We've already done it uh, once, so it doesn't have to come down again. So we did do the back test. We came up. It doesn't have to come back down on SPY, but we'll see what happens. Um, on that one. Uh, so yeah, that's the back. Okay, this is the hard back test here. I'm sorry. Here's our yes. I would say it has uh, likely completed the back test. So be very mindful of that. Okay. Qs. Let me zoom in here. Showing relative strength of stuff. We have not, we did this back test here. You see how we had this breakout down here. We came up, but we haven't done a back test down here into this level down here. So it's definitely gets us to watch. And that lines up with these prior highs as well. We could very well need to come back down here and do a back test. So actually we did. Actually, see how we broke out there, came down, back tested this prior high, and now we're going up. Uh, and then we did a back test of this level here. Yeah, they're just continuing to build here on that one. Initially, right here, right now, it looks to me like they're trying to turn this level into support. So be very mindful if you're trying to short the markets. Initially, the NASDAQ is showing signs they're trying to make new support early on this morning. The risk reward is to be long the NASDAQ early this morning. So that's given us a little mixed signal here on the Qs versus the NQs. So be very mindful of that. The charts are a little bit different. So you have to, in my experience, it's better to side with the futures charts than the and like I said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. We don't have it. The market's open yet, um, so be very mindful of that on the current tick I got. Uh, they don't open till 4, so uh, IWM. IWM's trying to change. This was a rejection point right here. They're currently trying to turn that into new support. So, this is a bullish pattern here on IWM until otherwise. Okay, guys. So basically, we have to lose these lows before we can actually look at the short on IWM. But like I said, gamma exposure is concurrently expanding positive. So be very mindful of that. Okay. Final chart here because I want to keep the video short. I'd be really careful trying to buy the dip on Tesla here. I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to come down and test the hard support here, or maybe possibly even overshoot it around the 430 area or 426 area. I mean, so I wouldn't want to be a net long in Tesla. So we'll see how it plays out here. Okay, guys. Thanks for listening to my video, and please leave comments below and like my video if you get a chance. And bottom line is, I'm leaning. The futures are suggesting to me early on this morning to lean a little bit more to the bearish side than the bullish side. So we'll see how it plays out in today's session. Thanks a lot.